road. When I say on the road, I mean just what I said, on the road. And quickly, I want to brief you all with what I'm seeing. Because there are a lot of folks, like I usually say in a few of my episodes, I bring it to light that there are a lot of folks who are unable to get out. Um, I myself am a CNA in the state of Virginia, so that stands for Certified Nursing Assistant in the state of Virginia. And I've been doing nursing ever since I was 19 years old, in home health care, etc. I'm 38 now. This was so many years ago. And then, of course, I run a tax business since 1999. But anywho, I deal with a lot of people from here to California. And when I say here, I'm here in Ohio. So from here to California, from here to New York, Maine, Vermont, I deal with everybody because I run a tax business. So I've gotten to know a lot of people. But besides that, a lot of folks that I have dealt with are older folks. And with that being said, because they are older folks, some older folks are not able to get out to these stores to see what's going on. They're not able to drive anymore like they used to drive before and, go out and, see the road or see what's happening in the society. And so this is for those folks who are unable to get out and just want to know what I am viewing, what people are viewing, besides just seeing things on your phone or video capture or whatever. Just to hear. This is a radio program to hear, not so much view, but listening. And so a lot of my viewers may be blind, may not be able to see, but they can hear. They may be disabled, not able to get out to the stores. They're not able to drive and see the road. So what I'm seeing here, folks, today is Saturday. It's August 2nd. And I know that all roads are different depending on what state you live in, what city you live in, or what suburb or rural area you may live in. But I'm here in Ohio and country area, I would say. But also we have, college towns nearby. And so usually go to the college areas to get some things done. And what I'm noticing is now it's more than a Great Depression that's happening. I mean, this is the second Great Depression, but it's much worse than the first Great Depression. As you know, history repeats itself. And this is worse. And I'm going to specify on why this is so much worse. Because now that immigration, they're targeting people of every different color, and even white people who are from Canada, Ireland, wherever you may be from, Scotland, wherever you may be from, you could just look white. You could be an American citizen. However, your last name make you a target. The color of your skin may make you a target. Maybe the shape of your nose may make you a target. Maybe you look like somebody and you're not that person. Now it doesn't matter what your ID says anymore. It doesn't matter the extra things that they call extra, but in reality, these are things that are important. These no longer matter right now with the discriminatory process that the Department of Homeland Security is using against the citizens and just residents or whoever you may be. As far as I'm concerned, everybody's a citizen because we're all human. We're just all human beings. And a lot of folks, whether or not their paperwork is straight or not, they have contributed to this country in one way or another, whether or not it's building your building or whether or not it's fixing your neighbor's roof or whether or not it's working in your local Walmart. Because here's the deal. It's now affecting everybody. It's affecting everybody what the immigration is doing and the DHS is doing. And so now it's rolling over to the white Americans, shall I say, with all due respect, white Americans or the MAGA Republicans. It's all rolling over now. And so everybody is starting to see this, what's really going on and how it's affecting everybody. And so for everybody to be clear, what the roads are saying now, quote unquote, the roads, the area, what it's saying now is now when you go into your local stores, you don't see the diversity. You're not gonna, you're not gonna see a lot of different international restaurants, the restaurants you always loved if you were an American and never ate too much foreign food until you saw, let's say, a taqueria, or you saw a Hindu spot, or if you're used to seeing Chinese restaurants, or before we used to go to the Chinese buffets. And, you're not seeing these things anymore because of the discrimination that is building stronger. We've been trying to fight to eliminate the discrimination so we can all get along. But you have a certain section of people, unfortunately, that have promoted discrimination, promoted this hateful way of thinking. And although we're all mingling, you got folks that are mixed kids now, you got a lot of kids who are black and white, black and Spanish, black and Asian and white. Everybody's mixed up, and the president himself is mixed up. And, a lot of folks are mixed from different countries, different areas, different places. However, the hate continues and the discrimination builds and builds, and it helps nobody. And then ultimately, the folks who are bringing out this hate, they realize when it's too late. And what I'm saying to you all who may have hate in your heart, who may come into a room like this and scream out things like, go pick cotton again. People scream out hateful things like that. And really, they're just making themselves look ignorant. But I want to help those people by speaking to them directly. If you're a person who has ever held hate or racism in your heart, or you see people for the color of their skin, or you pretend to not see people for the color of their skin, but you really feel hate in your heart, but you don't want people to think that you're racist, I'm talking to you. This goes beyond the color of our skin. It's at a point now where it's going to affect your livelihood. It'll affect the food on your plate, on your table for your family. It'll affect the clothes that you put on your back, because when people from other countries, and this country, the United States, is based off of different countries and internationalism, because the Americans themselves are not even true Americans. That's another topic for another day, right? This land was stolen from the Indians, and we know that from the Native Americans. It was stolen, and it was never fixed. Just that our forefathers decided to fix it up how they wanted to, make a constitution and boot everybody out who were the original settlers here. Anyway, that's for another day. But it's very important to note that if this is not addressed on this matter, where I'm talking directly to you folks who may have held hate or hold hate now, you have to wake up and smell the coffee, and it's only going to bite you in the behind. And it's going to affect your table. It truly will. But that is all I have for today. That was just a little rant. I appreciate you all listening. Have a beautiful and blessed day.